actually comes from a very old episode of MTV Cribs featuring Fall Out Boy. And Pete Wentz was talking about, they were living in LA at the time, and he's showing off this like snow machine that he rented to like fill the whole side yard with snow for his dog Hemingway. He's like, yeah, we're all just Midwest boys at heart. And I was like, I like using Midwest.
Relatable.
So that's where it came from.
Okay, that's beautiful. Does it kind of, what does it mean to you? Do you think it's kind of...
What does Midwest guys mean to James Johnson?
Or all three of you?
Well, if you're from the Midwest, you know that our weather is constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when we are writing music, it is with a constant change of feelings, emotions, things that we're trying to put together to make happen. If you've listened to our set or you listened to our music before, it is kind of an amalgamation of all of these different things coming together to make this sort of alternative pop punk post-emo kind of thing. So I think that's what we were kind of going for.
Homeboy's prepared.
Right,
That's the most articulate Kyle's ever been in this band.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, you said pop punky Midwest emos. How did your sound develop into what it is now? And was there a defining shift at any point?
I would actually love to take that because before I joined the band, I was a fan of this band. So it was very Jimmy Eat World, very Blink-182. And then Kyle joined back in 2016, 17?
Way back.
Something like that. And they kept the run going. And then when I hopped in, this was post-pandemic, and we knew that we wanted a little bit of a change for everybody. Post-pandemic, the world has fallen apart. Let's change a little bit. We kind of leaned into the Jimmy Eat World, Seosin. What was the other one that we decided the other day? Alkaline Trio.
Census Fail.
Trying to go darker, trying to go greedy.
Nice.
So it kind of just came from a necessity.
Also add on to that, that like we're in our 30s, two of us in our late 30s.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't play like these like happy pop punk songs.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you got to write about like what life is like now. It's like the songs that we're writing now are very different from 17 years ago when the band first started. When you're writing like songs about heartbreak and like girls and stuff like that.
Very
Summer love.
high school level stuff. Yeah.
It's like we're adults now. We can't write about stuff like that. It's like
Speaking of like your creative process, what does it really look like, especially when you get stuck, and how do you get unstuck from that place?
Either of you want to take it? Otherwise, I can take it.
I mean, it's a battle, right?
Yeah.
With three guys having all input into a song or an idea or a situation at once, it's really hard to make all of those things meld together. I have a very different music taste from what Dave has and what James has, and we all kind of bring that together to make the best of what we can compose or just like collectively.
Yeah, I think that is the Midwest guy's strength these days, is that we all have significantly different musical tastes, and then when we boil it down to like what do we want to sound like, we just want to sound like what we enjoy, and because there's three different blends of that with a little bit of crossover, we can do like as good as we can by like blending them all together. So, but I'm still never getting down with your sleep token stuff, dude. I can't do it.
When you think about your inspiration, is there a sound, a genre, an artist that y'all pull from that might surprise people?
Surprise people. Slept on band called Bears and Company out of Missouri. Unbelievable band. They do what I consider the whiplash effect in music, where they slow things down, they bring you in, they draw you in, and then they hit you with a really loud, like shoegazy sound, and then they bring it to like the feel-good stuff. So there's range. I enjoy the range.
I would say a big influence for me is like actually an indie band called Daphne Loves Derby that is no longer a band, I guess, but yeah, I mean they're this indie rock band from Washington that was like really big during the Pure Volume and MySpace days, and I think like that is a huge influence, especially with like the song like Setback that was influenced very heavily from one of their songs.
He's gonna say it. Say it.
I'm an old soul, so I think a lot of the things that I bring to this band are not the music that I listen to now. I'm very much a hardcore boy. I like very tough, hardcore music, but I pull my inspiration from anything that you can listen to in the early 2000s emo pop punk scene. Taking Back Sunday, Starting Line, all of those kind of good bands that bring back those great memories.
Okay. I mean, what does success look like to you? Not necessarily the industry version, but your version of that.
One of the things that I have boiled it down to, again, coming from being a fan of this band, is I just want to exceed expectations. So when we walk into a room, it's very important to me that like whatever baggage you're coming in with, you look at us, you don't expect anything. As long as we exceed those expectations, we have done our job as a band, impressing someone, or selling merch or whatever, like, and then exceeding our own expectations. Because whatever, we're in the emo pop punk phase. We have a lot of self-doubt. As long as we come into a show and we do better than we thought we would do, that is success.
I mean, I think tonight is a really good observation of what we think success is. We had quite a day. We had van problems. We started off late. We got here probably 20 minutes prior to our set, and we still went out there and we killed it.
Yeah.
And I think success to me is all of the people that came up to me after the set, and they were like, "Oh my God, you guys were so great. It was really good to hear you." And I mean, that's a win for me. That'll carry me throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I'd say
James says,
Having a beer.
yeah, I mean, success is like it's very open-ended for everybody. I think like for me personally, the height of success, which we don't have yet, would be like once this band becomes a self-sustaining machine, where it's like we don't really have to put in any of our own money. It's like the band is paying for the band. I think once we reach that point, it's gonna be like, okay, now it feels real. Now it's like we finally reach that level where it's like we're not sacrificing a ton from ourselves, or the band is doing all the heavy lifting for the band.
especially when a full tank of gas right now costs $100 in the van.
Ooh,
It's not good.
that van
Not good.
cost. What are you guys building towards right now? Like, what's like it's on the horizon of
I think he
things
was right.
to
The
get done?
self-sustainability. It's
Okay,
like
for sure.
it's regular shows, dialing in our sound. It's whatever. It's the whole like lifelong pursuit of like figuring out who you are.
Right.
It's like, who are we as a band? What do we sound like? What are the expectations we've set for ourselves? And can we exceed those expectations? Those are the goals. And then self-sustainability.
I'll say this band has been in existence for 17 years this year, and there have been so many changes, like the way our sound has evolved and with, like the members, and I think where we're at right now is definitely like the strongest and the tightest we've ever been, and I think it's easier now taking the steps of like, you know, playing these shows and like really like changing people's expectations, like you said earlier, of like if they've heard of us before, if they've seen us before, we're a completely different band. Like we're a different sound. I feel like we are much tighter. Yeah.
Anything? We ready?
I got
I mean, really, to me, I think we're already at a place where I've kind of wanted us to go. I'm old. I'm 39 years old. I've started playing music back in 2004, and I've been going strong ever since. And this is the most serious band or successful band that I've been a part of. And I think what I want personally is to just get out there, meet people like you, get our music out there. I want people to hear our stories and really just have people enjoy what we're doing.
Right.
That's really it.
If your sound were a movie, what movie would it be? This needs to be a collective consensus movie. Ready?
Okay. Can we have 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Sound was
30 seconds on the clock.
Right. We're about to close in on a 10-minute interview, so now I'm kidding. It'll now be a 12-minute interview.
Is it necessary to be a movie? Can I pick an episode of television?
You could try. We could start there.
Ghost, please.
Oh.
I mean, I'm going to take the easy way out here. Riding in Vans with Boys would be the movie that I think it would be.
That works.
There is an episode of Scrubs that the name is escaping me, but it's when Turk and JD spend, I think it's like My Last Words or something like that, when they spend the night with George as he has this like final beer. I would love for you to check. Oh, My Steak Night. That's what it's called. It starts very jovial, very happy, very exciting, and then it boils down to like the reality of like life and love and loss. And I think that's what Midwest Guys is becoming, is like the collective of all of those emotions. My Steak Night from Scrubs.
Have you been watching the new one?
Yes, I have.
Yes! Okay, sorry.
I have no idea. I feel like it has to be a mix of like maybe like a dramedy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like because we have, there's a lot of laughs, we have a lot of fun, but there's also like a lot of serious moments, and like we're writing more serious music now than we were before. So.
Where can people find you, and what do you want them to do after tonight?
I guess the easiest one would be allmylinks.com/MidwestSkies or MidwestSkiesRock.com. It's going to have links to all of our socials. We're everywhere. If you stream music,
So stream the music, people.
Stream the music. And then you said, what do we want them to do?
Yeah.
Use protection.
I'm sick of facing all my fears.